Well, it's just gone 10 o'clock. Thank you for joining us here on Newzroom Afrika. This is Newsfeed PM, the Saturday night edition. Now, following the dismal semi-final exit on Thursday at the Cricket World Cup in India, the Proteas will return home in 2 batches. Leading the first batch is coach Rob Walter and captain Themba Bavuma, who have just landed at O.R Tambo International Airport. Let's now take a look as we are joined by Yolule Koshe, who's out there with the captain. Yolule, what are some of the reactions of the cricket lovers who are meeting the Proteas there tonight?
Right, Lego, we are currently with the coach and the captain. And for me personally at the moment, I am with the skipper of the team, Themba Bavuma, who joins us now live on Newzroom Afrika channel 405. Skipper, thank you so much for your time. Let's just pick up from where we left off with that conversation. You were telling me about, assessment of the World Cup for the Proteas. Just briefly again for our viewers, how would you assess that particular World Cup campaign?
Yeah, like I said, I can't outrightly say that it was a success of the campaign. We didn't achieve what we wanted to achieve, was to see ourselves within the final. But I think it is important that we acknowledge all the other achievements from the time that we got there till now, having won the number of games that we won in the group stages of the competition. Our South African team has done that. The brand of cricket that we challenged ourselves 7-8 months ago to play, we put that on full display in a pressure environment such as the World Cup, the individual performances that guys put up. I think mainly the character that we showed in our performances. So there's a lot of positives that you can take from that campaign. Obviously the big one would be the trophy, but yeah, a lot of positives that we can take from that.
And just looking at the previous year, there was a disappointment in the T20 format and also a rebuild in the ODI format. You went into this particular tournament with injuries as well before you even took the flight. 2 key bowlers in Andrew Nuke as well as Sisanda Magala being ruled out. When you look at all of those factors, do you feel like getting to the semi-finals would be a punch above the weight of this particular team?
Yeah, look, we definitely had our backs to the wall from the time that we had to qualify. We had to digest the fact that realistically we may not qualify, looking at the number of games we needed to play as well as win. There was a challenge in terms of the brand of cricket that we wanted to play as a team. There was a change in guard as well as the coach. So that was something new that the guys had to deal with or live up to. But with all of that, we still managed to get to the point where we got. We won all our series that we played this year. So really to get to this point does speak testament to within our team. But I think it doesn't take away the fact that we were knocked out the playoff. That's the main thing. That's the be and end all at the end of the day. But we did have our backs against the walls, and we did really fight. And I do believe we have exceeded a lot of people's expectations by how we went about our business.
Your World campaign also coincided with the Springboks World Cup campaign on the other side. Do you feel like maybe it would have worked to the advantage of the Proteas, that a lot of the country was focusing on what the Springboks were doing and you guys could go about your business, and you're doing so well coming up from the pool stages of the World Cup? Or did you guys not even factor that, we have our audience and the Springboks have their separate audience? Did you feel that at least with all the attention being on the other side, you guys could just go on with your cricket at your own World Cup and at your own pace?
Not really. I think going to the World Cup, look, I don't think a lot of people would have put money on us to get to the Final Four. Let's be honest. So I guess we were always going to be operating under the radar as a team. Look, we were fans of the rugby. We were following the rugby. We drew a lot of inspiration from their performances, particularly the way they went about it in their playoff stages, how they found a way to get over the line. And that's something that we spoke about the team, is that we'd also like to find a way in those crunch moments. We didn't do it, but we drew inspiration from how they went about their business. There was constant communication between the two teams, messages being sent. So, as much as they were in France doing their thing, we were in India doing a thing, but we were drawing a lot of inspiration and motivation from their success.
I mean, you obviously, personally, as a skipper of the team, no stranger to having to show a lot of attention from media outlets and everything. Leading up to that semi-final against Australia again, you were in the focus because it was well documented that you're not 100% fit. It was said, but you took the brave decision to still go out and represent the country in a semi-final against Australia. Just making that decision the night before, just take us through the process. Was it a sleepless night? Were you tossing and turning, thinking it could go wrong, or the other other side of the coin, I could be a hero, I could, have a different headline written about me the next day?
It was never about the headline, to be honest. It was never about what it will look like, whether I'll be seen as a hero or the villain. Yes, I mean, I said it in the presser the day before the game that I wasn't 100%. But it's a semi-final. I'm the leader of the team, however way you want to look at it. And I want to be there with the other guys on the field of play. It's a decision that when I made, I'd spoken to the senior players within the team, told them that, look, this is the situation, not 100%. But I want to be there with you guys, and the guys backed the decision that I made, and that decision was backed by everyone within the team. So it was never about Themba the person or how it can be seen. I think people can call me a lot of things, but someone who doesn't do things for the benefit of the team, that's definitely not something anyone can genuinely say. No one will say that within my team, at least, within the team, and that I'm confident about. So never about the headlines or whatever it's been made out to be.
And just lastly from our side, you've had a couple of days now since that semi-final. What's next for Themba Bavuma? Do you still want to continue as the captain of the Proteas? Do you still want to be in the ODI setup, or are you feeling like after the T20 and this, and the pressure coming also from a lot of South Africans and other people in the cricket community, that it might be one too many and you want to just enjoy your cricket without the burden of being the Proteas captain? Tell us your thoughts now. What's next for Themba Bavuma going forward?
Well, first things first, I need to go get a haircut. That's what I'm going to go do tomorrow. I'll go visit my barber. Look, the emotions are still there. It's still raw. It's only been 2 days since the game, so I think it'll be wise to kind of let those emotions kind of settle, and then we can start plotting the way forward. I'm still committed to the cause. I'm still committed to whatever the team and the coach wants from me. Talking about if I still want to be involved in the ODI setup, I think that's a bit extreme. And that's not something that I'll really be really entertaining, to be honest with you. From a captaincy point of view, that responsibility is not my birthright. It's not anyone's birthright. I'll do it for as long as the coach and the team feel I'm the right guy. I'm the right guy to do it. It's actually been quite fun and exciting since. If I think about it, since after the T20 World Cup, where we spoke and we challenged ourselves as to the way we want to go, the brand of cricket that we want to play, and obviously I was given the responsibility to lead that, and I felt that I did do that to a large extent. Yes, the performances weren't there within the World Cup, but I think leading up to that, I felt that I did it from that point of view, and that's what was quite fun and exciting for me. But yeah. Take it day by day. We have a couple of days off now. Take it easy, spend time with the family. But yeah, to be considering whether I still want to play ODI cricket, that's an absurd question.
Thank you so much for your time, Skipper. Congratulations on leading the team to the semi-finals, and wish you all the best in terms of your career going forward. Well, of course, that was coach, the captain of the Proteas, Themba Bavuma, now joining us is coach of the Proteas, Rob Walter. Rob, thank you so much for your time. Let's speak about that campaign for the Proteas. Going into that campaign as a coach, what would have been the mandate? What would have been the objective for you that you set for the team?
Our main objective really was to continue playing the cricket that we've been playing the whole year. We really try to push the brand of cricket that we play, a nice exciting brand of cricket that people are going to get excited about watching. So that was the first mandate, to do that at a World Cup. I thought the guys did that excellently well, and that's reflected in the performances in the pool stages of the competition. So yeah, very, very proud of the way the guys played. I mean, obviously everyone's disappointed by the semi-final loss, no more so than the players and staff themselves. But I walk away very proud of the performance of the team.
And even before you got onto that plane, you set your team out, you know the personnel that you want to have in India, you've got your game plan, and then unfortunately the injuries to Heinrich Nukier and Sisanda Makala, two fast bowlers that could have been very impactful for the Proteas in that World Cup. Take us through the thinking of that. How do you then adjust your plan as the coach with the replacements that come in? The likes of Gerald Coetzee did very well, in fact, as well as Andile Peshukwayo, who's no stranger to that format of the game and experience in the Proteas setup.
Yeah, look, exactly that. Obviously, you never want to lose key players, but it does happen in sport. But the reality of it is that we replaced them with Gerald Coetzee as a very young cricketer, but a wonderful fast bowler who did wonderfully in the tournament. Bowled unbelievably well in the semi-final, so super proud of a very young guy who's come in and stood up under pressure. And Andile Peshukwayo, as you said, he's played for the Proteas, no stranger to that type of cricket. And also came in, worked incredibly hard and came in against Afghanistan and played nicely. So very happy with the two guys that came in as their replacements, and very stoked with the way that they performed.
Just going into that game against Australia, the lot was said about the skipper. Also, he came out and said he's not 100% fit. As a coaching staff, how difficult is that decision to listen to him and back him and say, listen, we're going to back you in this particular game no matter what happens? Take us through the thought process of that, what could have happened, and when you arrived at the point of, listen, we're going to risk it with you and we trust you no matter if you're 100% fit or not.
Yeah, look, I think while Thames might not have been 100, I don't think he was too far off it, to be honest. I watched his progress through the week as we got closer to the game. He moved better and better every day, spent plenty time on the field, spent plenty time in the nets. And from my point of view, he said he was good to go. From what I could see, I was very happy with where he was at. And to be fair, that was the end of the conversation. If you watched him in the field, you would have seen him moving well. Obviously, much like the top order, he didn't get any runs, but that happens. But he was able to fulfill his role as the captain, which I thought he did excellently well in the semi-final, and also was able to move in the field well. So, yeah, as I said, we had a return to play protocol that he was busy with the entire week. He got better every day, and by the time the match arrived, I was comfortable that he was going to be strong enough to play.
And with the T20 World Cup coming up in the next year, how much of this group are you hoping to take with you, and the positives of them going all the way to a semi-final in the 50 overs format? How much of this group are you willing to take with you? And also maybe some may have to be involved in the transition phase going into the next World Cup, but also the ICC trophy in 2025 as well. Just take us through what needs to be done between now, the T20 World Cup, with this particular group.
Look, I think to be fair, the group is actually aged quite nicely. So I don't foresee too many guys wanting to move on just yet, which is great. And we've got some great experienced players there who still have got a number of years left in them. But we've started blooding some youngsters against West Indies already in the early parts of the year, and then against Australia in the T20s. So yeah, our plan is already in place, and we'll continue to use the right opportunities to give the younger guys some playing opportunities, so we can build up a little bit of experience for when and if the time does come for them to play.
And lastly, before you took over about a year ago, there were a lot of question marks. The team was in disarray under the last regime. There were that failed campaign in the T20 World Cup. You had to take them through a transition phase in the 50-over format of the game. With all of that, did you envisage where you are right now, taking this team to the semi-finals of a 50-over World Cup?
I mean, you know the quality of the players, things don't always work out as planned, and so it's not for me to lay blame on anyone prior to me. It's the players. I think everyone is always doing their best and working their hardest for the Proteas team. The success of the team, specifically in the batting unit, can actually largely be attributed to the coaches before me. And Mark Barcher did a great job with his staff. It's not just me. I've only spent a short time with the team, so I think we must be careful to give me the praise. I think a lot of people have worked incredibly hard for this team to be successful, and we started to piece the puzzle together and worked really hard to just evolve things a little bit and create an environment for the guys to be able to play their best cricket in. And their skill sets have grown over the last couple of years, and that gives them an opportunity to play the way that we do play. So I mean, a semi-final, again, people are disappointed, of course, that we lost, and I totally understand that. We are as well, trust me. But I think sometimes in the disappointment you overlook all the good stuff that's happened, not only in this World Cup but in this year. That's 50-over cricket's been really outstanding. So as I said, I'll keep reiterating, I'm very proud of the way we've played, and I'm very proud of the players, of the way they carried themselves in the World Cup, and I think their fighting effort in the semi-final was outstanding.
Thank you so much for your time, Coach. Congratulations on leading the team to the semi-finals.
Thank you.
Well, that was both the captain of the Proteas as well as the coach of the Proteas, Themba Bavuma, as well as Rob Walters. Just speaking about the World Cup campaign for the Proteas. And now it's back to you in studio, Katlego.